hope you're all well. Welcome to my film and TV channel. I hope you're all staying very safe and well as well in these times, obviously with Christmas fast approaching, and we're all waiting eagerly to see what tier we're going to be here in the UK. I don't know what it's like in your country if you're watching outside of the UK, but it's all very interesting. But at the end of a TV drama series here today. Now we've seen 5 episodes. It's been weekly, so it's I like to binge watch these sort of things. But obviously, when you don't get the opportunity, sometimes it's quite hard work. But yeah, we're talking about of course, a Small Axe anthology, which has had 5 episodes, and finally I've watched the last one yesterday evening, called Education. So go and have a look at that today. Please, if you're new to this channel, please push that subscribe button, push the bell notifications so you know when these vlogs are coming out. I do film reviews as well, there's film quizzes, there's poster movie battles, lots of different things, information stuff on what's coming out to buy at the shops and stuff like that. So please check those out. And if you look at the playlist, you'll also see stuff on my football team, Manchester City. I do the Citizen channel. I do City History and City Present. So if that's of any interest to you or anyone you know, please point them in my direction. Give them a nudge. Is it that way? Give them a nudge to the buttons that way. Give them a nudge. That'd be fantastic. Yeah, so Small Axe Part 5 of the Anthology Education. 65 minutes. Yeah, they've all been weird times, haven't they? 63 minutes runtime. Just summing up, it's a 2020 historical drama film directed by Steve Mcqueen and co-written by Mcqueen and Alistair Siddons. This film was released as part of the Anthology series, of course, Small Axe, on the 13th of December 2020. This will be on Amazon Prime Video on the 18th of December 2020. What's it about? Well, Education is the coming-of-age story of a 12-year-old Kingsley, played by Kenya Sandy, who has a fascination for astronauts and rockets. Well, we all did at that age. When Kingsley is pulled to the headmaster's office for being disruptive in class, he discovers he's being sent to a school for those with special needs. Distracted by working 2 jobs, his parents, Charlene White and Daniel Francis, are unaware of the unofficial segregation policy at play, preventing many black children from receiving the education they deserve, until a group of West Indian women take matters into their own hands. How's it rated? Well, yeah, it has done quite well. I mean, a bit on my views in a moment, but Internet Movie Database, this Education is getting 88% positivity based on 9 critics' reviews, and it scores anywhere between 6.3 and 9.2 out of 10. The lowest mark was from Roger Moore from Movie Nation. He only gave it 6.3 and said it's brief but not so much to the point as wandering around it for an hour. And while it doesn't spoil the effects of the whole, it does feel wanting as a finale. It's the dullest Small Axe of the 5. Yeah, I would slightly disagree with that. I mean, they're certainly duller than this one, believe me. But obviously that's Mr. Roger Moore's opinion. IndieWire's Eric Coney gave it 8.3 out of 10, so he quite liked it. This minuscule but affecting hour-long story is an extension of the Small Axe mission to fill a historical gap deserving of greater scrutiny, and achieves that goal by serving as a kind of education in itself. So there you go. And the Raps Alonso Duralde, 9.2 out of 10, so very high figures. Mcqueen and co-writer Alistair Siddons capture that sense that the children of immigrants often have of living with one foot in their adopted country and one in their parents' homeland. Yeah, that's an interesting observation there. Right, my little thoughts to finish off this series. Let's face it, I mean, if you have watched any of my other reviews, they are included in the links below. I've found this series a little bit disappointing in themselves. It's given me the impotence and the desire to find out a few things about the background to the stories, because they're all based on true events, obviously. So it's gave me the thing to actually check up, only on Wikipedia and various places, go on the internet and type in like Mangrove, which was the very first, obviously, and find out a little bit about the stories, backstory. So it inspired me to do that, just to find out a little bit more about them. This Education is an easier, more straightforward watch than one or two of the other episodes, and there's some excellent acting. I mean, you know me, my young actors, I'm fairly critical of the younger actors, and sometimes I'm not impressed. But of these young acting talent in this episode of Education, I was quite impressed. So I thought they did a great job, especially the young lad who played the lead. And it's extra emphasis for me as well. I mean, most of these I've been around and about at the time. Obviously, I'm not a spring chicken, you know. I've obviously lived through these times at some of these episodes and some of the small anthologies. Even though I'm totally different. Obviously, I'm middle class white or working class white, whichever you want to call it. I mean, I have lived through some of these times in different ways as well. So, being at school in the 70s and having an elder brother actually who went to a special school. I had two brothers. My middle brother, if you like, the second oldest brother, he did go to a special school himself. So yeah, I've got a little bit of knowledge, and obviously being at school myself in the 70s and dealing with teachers and all the things that you see on this episode. Yeah, it's a little bit of nostalgia for me. I mean, despite the obvious ethnic differences, there were bits of this that I even recognise from my brother's perspective, and also from my own school days. So it was good in that way. But then again, it's just another episode that only really touches on the full story. But I think it does more than the others in the anthology to feel fairly complete. Again, it's another thing I will probably go away and read up a little bit about it. But and it's nice to have a feel-good vibe as well. Some of the others didn't quite get to that feel-good and, the sun will come out tomorrow moment. But this one sort of does, and it's a real sort of nice family environment by the end, which is a nice way to finish. I mean, obviously one of the critics said it wasn't a very good finale to the series, but I thought in the way it finished, I thought it was the opposite. I thought it was a nice completion to the whole stories that you can improve, things can get better, and you have to work at it and do things, but things can improve. But and I think that's what it left you with. It left you with a more positive feeling, this and some of the other episodes. I mean, overall the series is getting plenty of praise, especially from the critics, not so much from sort of the users. Not much Joe Public has not overly been impressed, a bit like me, not been totally impressed by it. A lot of the critics are now, obviously but as I said, I mean, I found most of the episodes, I mean, there's one episode I didn't mark. I didn't even give it a score. I was that disappointed with it. And I wanted to feel more affected than I actually have by this series. I mean, it's a gritty drama based on gritty true events, and it never quite affected me as much as I thought it should have done. And I just thought it was a little bit watered down. But McQueen is well respected. I'm not quite sure he goes quite for the throat in some of these. I'm not to say. I found them watchable in the most thing, but I just wanted to be more affected. I wanted them to have more of an impression on me, and they just didn't. There was bits and pieces I liked, and bits and pieces that I thought, that's a bit dark, but not enough. I don't think McQueen quite does. I don't know what it is. I mean, sometimes some certain directors and people who put these films together don't work for certain people, do they? I think McQueen's a little bit wishy-washy at times, if I had to use a very common northern word. I just don't think he goes for the jugular, unfortunately. Yeah, Education, definitely one of the better episodes, I thought. As I said, with the not a happy ending, but with a more positive ending, put it that way. So I'm going to get, I think the most score I gave was Red, White and Blue. I think got 7.5 out of 10. I think that was the highest of all the series. I don't think it's quite as good as that, but I'm going to give it a nice 6.5 out of 10. So it's certainly better than watchable, and I did enjoy it. As I said, certainly the young acting talent was very, very good in this. So yeah, Education, the last of the 5, I'm going to give a 6.5. For the series as a whole, based on the facts I didn't rate one of the episodes, and one of the other episodes got a 5.5, another one, so I'm going to give overall, yes, it's a watchable series, but I think it's a missed opportunity and could have been so much better, but there you go. So I'm going to give the series 6 out of 10 for the whole series, so all 5 episodes. As a whole thing, I'm going to give 6 out of 10. Anyway, yeah, Small Axe is now out to buy as well. So you get, as well as being on BBC iPlayer at the moment, you can watch it, binge watch it now if you've not watched any of them. Binge watch it like I like doing. And obviously Part 5, Education, is actually shown on Amazon on the 18th of December. So depending when you're watching this, that's Amazon Prime should have all the episodes as well, depending when you're watching this. And it's out to about $14.99 on DVD. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. Please check my links that popping up on screen there if you follow or friend me on Facebook and Twitter. I do try and check every couple of days and follow and friend everyone back. Just give us 2 or 3 days to check. Sometimes I might sometimes forget for a day or two, but if you do want any followers and friends, I do reciprocate. Anyway, thanks very much for watching today. Let me know what your opinions are. Anyway, leave me some comments as to what you thought of this series or this episode. It doesn't matter which, but just let me know what you thought of it. As I said, I was a little bit disappointed like I was, but as I said, it did get me to actually look into the stories a bit more, which is always a good thing when you watch a film or a TV drama based on true things, because obviously there's a lot of poetic license taken, isn't it, with these things? So it's nice to actually find out a little bit about the true story as well, and I like doing stuff like that. So that's what it did for me as well. So even though I've only give it say overall 6 out of 10, it did inspire me to do a little bit more reading and find out a little bit more about the stuff. Anyway, thanks for watching. Whatever you're going to do the rest of the day, have a great one. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your families. More importantly, let's all look after each other until we meet again here on the film and TV channel, or you flit over to my football channel if that's of interest to you, please. All I can say is please stay safe, everyone. Bird is saying goodbye for now.